Warning, the following is a long list of warnings. If warnings offend you, do not watch this show. Warning, this show contains adult themes. If you are not an adult, do not watch this show. Warning, this show contains a lot of offensive language and may contain graphic content. If you're a Karen, do not watch this show. Warning, this show may contain shabby impersonations of celebrities. If you are a celebrity, represent one, or think this is unfair, do not watch this show. Warning, this show contains what could be seen as controversial and subversive ideas and opinions. If you can't handle differing opinions, do not watch this show. Warning, this show actively shows the consumption of tobacco, cannabis and alcohol. If this offends you, do not watch this show. Warning, this show may discuss topics including, but not limited to, those in the realm of politics and conspiracy theories in a politically incorrect format. If these topics offend you or make you uneasy, please do not watch this show. Warning, the producers of this show will do almost anything for a laugh. If comedy or extreme comedic premises offend you, please do not watch this show. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the producers, affiliates, ISPs, streaming platforms, advertisers, partners or alike.
Coming to you from an undisclosed location inside the beautiful land of the Blackfoot Confederacy and Treaty 7 territory, Big Nate Productions presents Getting Laid with Nate.
Hey everybody, Happy New Year. It's good to be back. Took a little break there. I hope your New Year was good. Mine was. I got this for Christmas. See this thing? It's an upgrade. Now it's season 2. It's the exact same thing, but we have this fuzzy thing. Anyways, welcome to 2021.
Welcome to 2021. The greatest year has just begun. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun in 2021. 2020 was pretty great, but this next year just you wait. If 2020 was the best year yet, this next year won't forget.
That was our boy, Place Boing. We got to see him there. That might be the end of that segment. I don't know. It's a new year. All right. Well, welcome to season 2. Again, much more of just the same here, but I wanted to do... sorry. This is the worst part. I'm running everything still. Where is it? Oh, I moved it up here. Didn't I? Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Nate's Memes of the Week. Thanks, Big James. So, Nate's Memes of the Week. I mean, I only went back a week. I kind of had a bit of a meme storm there. Here we go. Oh, that's the wrong display. That one? Oh, see? That one wasn't my fault. Okay, toilets with threatening auras. Yeah, I guess, eh? Now streaming whole turkey. Chibson, USA. Overnight success, the power nap. It's a guitar case that you can sleep in. What I love, the reason I put this one in here is because not even me liked it. Nobody liked this. Kurger Bing. Wapner shoes. Good times. I like how it makes people angry. Oh, yeah. This one. I got some googly eyes right here. But okay, yeah. You might have seen this in the advertisement for tonight's show. Food in places it shouldn't be. It's 11 minutes to 2. Hot dog. Yeah, right? Scenic depictions of Slavic life. I can't wait to party with the small monkey. Oh, yeah, malarkey. I've learned that people will get upset at your post no matter what it is. So here is Kermit the dinosaur. Good times. Food in places it shouldn't be. For all you Chihuahua lovers out there. Oh, yeah. Another food in places it shouldn't be. This made people mad, too. Somebody said, it's his beard that's touching that makes me mad. This is a cursed food. Beef bologna cake with hot dog towers, ranch dressing, mayonnaise, and easy cheese icing, garnished with whole green olives. Yes? Worst by. Oh, the OJ glove. Okay, anyways. Oh, yeah. Worst by. Now with 40% more, nah. The don't think so nacho. Not today, probably never. Yeah. Oh, this actually made people, like, really mad. Like, not, like, so confused. You could tell. It just confused everybody. Kiwi on pizza. Oh, Kurger Bing. Politics. Mish McDonald believes Trump has shitted on Kurger Bing floor. I love Kurger Bing. I found some new ones lately, if you haven't. Oh, see, I found this meme from Discount Mashups, and look them up. Like a gump, hey. Lots of, you're going to see a lot of new metal memes coming up now. Am an emperor? Discount Mashup. Fuck your couch. That's too funny. The shit fits. I got something to say. I spoke to your manager today. That's too funny. Pamela Sandlerson. This is disturbing. This screwed with people. Right. Something beans. Beano Marino. Mr. Bean. I wonder if people in the States get that, because there's not a lot of Mr. Bean there, is there? Well, I guess since the movie. Whatever. Corn. You know that's just their fucking Christmas card, right? Oh, this is Go Jerry. What's the deal with magma? That's too funny. Oh, yeah, John Carpenter's They Live. They learn, they love. Barf Brooks. Discount Mashups. Yeah, I went on a tirade where I dumped like a dozen of these in a minute. Condoleezza Ice. Too funny. Gouache. System of a Lockdown. Yeah, see, this is me right now. This is exactly how I feel. As in terms of my body. Slayer. God hates drywall. Kyle hates drywall. Yeah, that's funny. I'll just leave that right there. Limp Biscuit. Yeah, musicians aren't people. Yeah. That's funny. I wanted to tag Jeremiah Watkins in this, but wouldn't let me. Oh. Yeah. Woopack. More discount mashups. Yeah, cursed images. That's too funny. Photoshop's a hell of a thing, eh? Oh, another Chips in USA. Bread clip guitar picks. Flower power. I can't read all the other funny shit. It's the yeast of your worries. Too funny. Right, worst buy. Glue. Sniffing the game. Glue like glue, but glue sniffing. Good times at home edition. Non-toxic. Skull chamber. That's pretty funny. Hi everybody in the chat. This disturbed me personally a little bit. Food in places it shouldn't be. It's a pancake or an omelet. I don't know. What is that? A burnt omelet? Discount mashups. Yeah, here's another one. Soulfly. From Disney Pixar's Soulfly. Important images. Yeah. That could be a good aid to learn how to drive. Lol Caesars. Yeah. Anyways, no explanation needed. Food in places it shouldn't be. We must be getting towards the end. It's saying 23 hours. Oh, there we go. Pam of God. Is Pam the new Karen? Oh my gosh. That's not nice. Slim Jam. Slim Jam. That's from today. There we go. Pantera. Does anybody like that band anymore? Vulcan display of power. It's too funny. Oh, and that's it. So that was... I didn't move this to where it should be. Hell yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you're all having a good time. Hey, Darren. Hey, Che. Hey, wife. I had I was really pumped to be able to sit down with my buddy Ronnie Ladobruk this week, and I wanted to have him on because he's just damn inspiring. He's a young guy, guitar player. He's a go-getter. He's out there, and he's killing it in any way possible. So check out our interview. Peace. Hey, everybody. I'm here today with my pal, Ron. How's it going, Ronnie? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you, Nate?
Awesome. Thanks for coming on the show. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you for having me. I'm a huge fan of the show. I've been watching it, and I'm honored to be on here. And yeah, Happy New Year. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be way better than last year, at least somewhat.
Oh, we can only hope. I hope so, too. I like your unbridled enthusiasm.
We got to stay, like, what's the word?
Optimistic?
Optimistic, but like kind of like psycho-optimistic, like optimistic to the point where it's like
of insanity.
Insanity. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, I agree 100%. So we met way back in the day at Noctis. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah, so I filled in on guitar for a band called Evil Survives. And we were lucky enough to play the main stage opening for like Possessed and Carcass, and it was just an incredible experience. Like, of course, getting to meet you. For me, being such a young musician in the scene, like across Canada, getting the opportunity to go to this huge festival and be among such incredible musicians and promoters and agents and everything, it was a lot to take in for me. looking back, I probably would have taken more advantage in learning. But I was young and kind of just enjoying the moment. But yeah.
Do you mean in respect to the conference side of the festival that they had there?
Conference side, but just watching how people conducted themselves in business and like not being so starstruck. Like I remember eating breakfast and seeing Tosin Abasi, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Tosin Abasi!" But like, it should have been like, I definitely could have benefited more from being more professional in that situation. But it's a learning experience, of course. So.
Oh, for sure. And you were what, 17 then?
Yeah, I think I was 19, 20, around there. Yeah.
Fair enough. So I'm sure, hopefully I did some kind of intro, but for people that don't know, you're a singer guitar player from Winnipeg.
Yeah, Winterpeg, Manitoba. Yeah.
For sure.
Lame joke that I like to say there, but yeah, no, and just going back to Noctis, like what an experience to see like Carcass play, like holy smokes. Like
yeah, I remember that being stage manager, that was nuts because I remember just like whipping you guys on like, holy fuck, okay, now go. Like it was pretty panic situation.
That's one thing I remember. I was like, wow, they run a tight ship here. Like it was pretty incredible to watch. Like you guys absolutely slayed it.
No, thank you. Yeah, no, it was fun doing those Noctises. I brought up the conference because due to the fact that I was working as the stage manager for the show, I could never get to see any of the conference stuff. So I always wanted to learn too. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. And like for our end of things, like I remember, I think one of the days the conference was on, we were rehearsing in the craziest place. I don't know what it's called, but it's a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, Slaughterhouse Studios. I know them well.
Yeah, that's what it is? Yeah, I remember that was so crazy because you could like see on the roof like the things and like it was just nuts. Like what an experience.
We've actually done a couple remote like live musical guests shot them down at the Slaughterhouse and played them at the show. So they're great supporters.
Oh, that's sick. Oh, shout out to them. That was wicked.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you should see it now. It's even more crazy, man.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait till things open up and we can tour again and love to visit Calgary again for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So bring me on from, because Noctis, what did you say? Did you say that was 2013? No, that was that one was early. Was it that one?
Yeah, it was.
I thought Carcass played 5.
I remember it being 2013. I think it was 2013.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, no, yeah. Doing all of those, they kind of ran together for me because they were all such epic bills and they were all nuts. So, right on. So after that, you kind of ended up getting out of the metal game. Well, not yet, but I mean, so what happened after Noctis musically for you?
So like before Noctis, I was just playing in metal bands. Played in a band called Leica. We actually played Calgary Metal Fest, and then I exited that band and started doing some session work. Played with Evil Survives. Did Noctis. After that, I kind of realized, it was actually on the car ride home from Noctis. I realized like I really like being a part of somebody else's band. And it's cool to do session work, but I wanted to start my own project and do my own music, especially because that's kind of where my heart was mostly. Mm-hmm. So I actually started writing songs on the car ride back. And then when I got back home to Winnipeg, just kind of formed my own group, my own solo group where I started to sing. I couldn't sing at first, but I'm trying very hard to learn how to do that and do that whole aspect. And I actually watched, speaking of singing, an episode with Tyler Dory. And,
right.
That guy is unbelievable.
Isn't he?
Some of the some of the tips that he had about singing, like recording yourself and doing harmonies together and stuff, like that was a huge help for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So when did that start? Like and that's is that still your current band, Ronnie, Ladobruk and the Electric?
Yeah, we went through like a couple lineup changes, name change, kind of like did the whole band thing, like trying to find the right fit. Now we're Ronnie, Ladobruk and the Electric, and we're doing some really good stuff. Like I'm really loving the music that we're writing. Before we did a total lockdown in Manitoba here, but before that we were planning to go to the studio to do a new single this year, and yeah, we've got some great music coming out. Well, planning to come out, but
yeah, for sure. And I just wanted to, if anybody hadn't heard of you, I wanted to have you on the show because you've gotten to do some really cool stuff with your guitar playing, man. Like, let's go back. What was the furthest one? We talked about him a bit in the pre-interview there, but
yeah, it's
you were on Canada's Got Talent, right? Was that the oldest one?
Yeah, that's probably the oldest one. That experience was nuts. Like just the whole build up to it. Like I remember I saw they were doing auditions and I was kind of like, whatever. Like you see that come and go and whatever. But I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to take a chance. I didn't really have anything going on. I had just graduated. Just trying to kind of find my place.
Yeah, like you were 19 or 18 or something when you did this?
Yeah, I was actually 17 when I did the audition, but when it aired, I was 18. I actually had my birthday like before it aired, which was cool because they added that I was 18 in the show there. But yeah, no, it was just really cool. Like we did the audition for the producers first at this convention center, and I remember being so nervous because I was the only musician, well, not musician, but guitar player. So there were people dancing, and one guy did like an acoustic song, but not like, it wasn't on guitar, it was some weird instrument. And I just remember going up there and plugging in my little Marshall amp and having my Les Paul, and I just cranked it up, and like everybody's like, oh, like because it was really loud, and I just did like I did like bits of Eruption and some Randy Rhoads solos,
warm up stuff.
Exactly, yeah, just noodle caboodle. And after that, the producers were like, okay, everybody, thank you so much, and you're good to go. So as we were leaving, one of the producers, he's like, hey, so I turn around and he's like, just want to let you know you remind me of Randy Rhoads. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like,
hell yeah,
to hear that at 17 years old. And then I got the call to do the actual TV interview at a theater in Winnipeg called the Pantages Playhouse, which is like, I find there's certain levels, like I'll get into it later, but like when you start playing these like huge theaters that you went to shows at when you're a kid and stuff like that, it's pretty trippy. And I've like seen shows at this place, so
like what size of crowd are we talking here?
I would say it's like I don't want to misquote. I would say like it's got like 2 balconies. I would say maybe like 1,200, more than that. But yeah, it's a pretty decent sized venue.
But huge. That's huge. I mean, I've never played. I don't think I've ever played anywhere that big.
It was pretty trippy, and I remember everybody was in certain little groups, and they were doing their auditions, and you'd get called up, and I was in the last group of the night, and I get up there and I wheel my little amp onto stage, and I look, and the judges were Martin Short and Stefan Macchio, who like produced like Miley Cyrus and stuff like that, and Misha Brugger-Grossman, who's like an opera singer. And I remember wheeling my little little amp onto the stage, and then I just take like a look over, and they're looking at me, and I'm like, oh, it's game time, and there's this huge crowd of people. So they do their whole TV intro, and I go out and I do my thing. I got a standing ovation, which was pretty cool. and Stefan Macchio said a comment. He was like, I was working as a valet parking cars at a casino like during this time.
Mm-hmm.
And when they asked me what I did, I said I park cars that I can't afford. And Martin Short laughed at that one.
Right.
Which is pretty cool. But Stefan Macchio said, I think one day you'll be able to afford one of those cars, which was pretty cool to hear. That kind of like gave me like a drive. Like, you know, if I don't, I knew I wasn't going to make it far on the show, but hearing somebody in the music industry say that, I knew that I had something.
For sure. And they didn't cut it either.
Yeah.
That's like in the clip and stuff. So that's neat too.
Yeah.
Because he could say that and then they could cut it out and you're like telling your parents, like, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Exactly,
no, I swear he said it. But
yeah, they were very nice and stuff.
So, yeah, how far did you make it? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, I got cut after that.
Like there's no rock and roll here at Canada's Got Talent.
Yeah, I realized very quickly, like, that was one thing that kind of messed with me a little bit, because you saw people who were so talented, who thought this was like their one shot. And I realized right away, I'm like, I'm going to go out there, do my thing. They're going to like it or they're not going to like it. But either way, people are going to watch me play. And like, that's what I need right now, is for people to kind of watch me play and find out who I am. So I knew right away this wasn't going to be like my thing, but you would see people come down there crying after their audition. And it was pretty trippy. Yeah. But luckily mine went okay. So
yeah. So besides everybody or the people you saw having their world crushed, what the TV element of it, like, it must just be over the top backstage, because like, there you go, you compare something like Noctis. I mean, we're backstage and it's not for TV, so it's a totally different ball game. Like, did the TV, like, what's the question I'm asking here? How prevalent was the whole TV end of it? It must have been all encompassing.
It was always there. You were always aware of it. Like, they would film like little segments or whatever. I didn't really pay too much attention to it, because I was more so focused on like I wasn't trying to get on TV to be like a no, I don't want to say star, but like to be like a personality. I wanted to go up there and show what I could do on the instrument. So I just kind of sat in the back and just warmed up and let people do their thing and just watched.
Interesting.
Like that.
So that's cool that you were able to do that, and it could just kind of pass you by, and it didn't really affect you, like, necessarily, or you didn't let it affect you.
Yeah, it's I think it's a big thing to not let stuff like that, because some people can see a TV camera and let it change who they are, and I don't like that stuff. Like, I'm always going to be who I am no matter what. So
yeah, 100%. So then what happened? There was that was Canada's Got. Do you get? Oh, here's the last question about that.
Yeah,
you must get recognized, I imagine.
Yeah, it's funny. Right after it aired, it kind of like the night the episode aired, my phone blew up, and it's all these people I've never. Well, I shouldn't say never heard from, but like, it's like a good mix of like people who've always supported me, and then people who are like, hey, I went to school with you, like, I saw you and called you like fat or like made fun of you or whatever.
Remember when I was a dick to you in high school? How's it going, man?
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. I shouldn't focus too much on that. There wasn't a ton of that, but it was just funny to see some of that. But
yeah, exactly. It's just funny to see that. You're like, oh yeah, how's it? Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, exactly. And I would get recognized around town, and then sometimes in Winnipeg, and like to this day, like when promoting stuff, like people will use it. Like, I think it's kind of lost its not lost its like what should I say, like draw power, but like
Yeah. Oomph.
it's just for me, like I've done way cooler things recently.
Sure.
But I remember playing a gig and somebody was like, Canada's Got Talent contestant, and I was like, oh, they're still using this.
Yeah, it was 2011.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Cool. Yeah, what band were you in? When was it you got on stage with Rick Nielsen? Because that's intense.
So that was just recently, actually. That was last year. So kind of going from Canada's Got Talent to now, I've played in many different bands over the years, just trying to kind of find what I wanted to do. And then I started my own project, but then in Selkirk, Manitoba, which is actually like where I went to school, where I kind of like where I grew up, my hometown essentially. There was this jam at an Army Navy club, and this guy named Brent Allery always hosted it. And he invited me, he messaged me on Facebook, and he was like, hey, you want to come jam? So I came and jammed, and he was an incredible singer, and I just, like, jamming with him was so much fun because he would let you do your thing, and he didn't care if you were, like, shredding a solo or adding different parts. He would let you do your thing, and we had, like, this chemistry, so we bonded. And then through the years, we started playing together. He had his band called Reckon, so he asked me to join. Well, it was like a mutual thing. It was kind of like, hey, you want to come play guitar? Yeah, of course I want to come play guitar. Through the years, we built up our name and got some pretty big opening slots, like opening for like Buck Cherry, 3 Days Grace, Nazareth. I got a cool story about Nazareth because I opened for them with both my bands. But the Cheap Trick gig, it was actually 2 summers ago. And that story is pretty surreal because not only did we open for Cheap Trick, but that was at the place where I used to work. So, like, it was kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for? It was kind of like a roundabout. Like, I used to take coats and park cars of people who are coming to watch shows there.
Right,
And
like the
now,
entrance kind of. Yeah, you have the valet, the promenade. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was the guy taking your coat when you went to go watch Cheap Trick play, and now I'm opening for them on the big.
I see. You're the coat check guy, and now.
Yeah, now I'm on the stage, which is pretty cool. Like before we loaded in for that show, I went and saw all my old managers and stuff, and like I almost got fired from that job. I really didn't give a shit about that job because all I wanted to do was play guitar. So the fact that I could come back and like I remember when I put my 2 weeks in there, I said give it 3 years and I'll be on that stage. And it wasn't like in a malicious way, like give it 3 years and I'll be on that stage. You'll see.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like, no, this is what I'm gonna do. Like just watch and see. And literally 3 years later, we played with Cheap Trick. So the day we opened for Cheap Trick, we get there, we load in. His guitar tech is like tuning all his guitars, and he's just got the most like, Nate, I've never seen a guitar collection like this with my own eyes. It was just unbelievable. Like just one vault, he had like 2 vaults of guitars. Just one vault is worth more than everything I own 2 times over. Like it was surreal. But his guitar tech let us hold the 5-neck guitar and like take pictures with it, and we were lucky enough to actually get pictures with Cheap Trick because we didn't know how the night was gonna go. Like when you're opening for bigger bands, it's kind of like you do your thing, you get out of the way and let them do their thing. But the promoter let us meet them and get some pictures with them, and then we went back to our dressing room, and it was like 10 minutes until we hit the stage, and we go in the elevator and we're going up, and the door opens, and there's Rick Nielsen, and he's standing there with the promoter, and we're like, holy shit. And he says, hey, do you guys know where Reckon So is? We're looking for them, and we're like, well, we're Reckon So, and he was like, you're the guys from the photo photos. Why didn't you say you were the opening band? And we were like, well, we didn't really want to like this is your show. Like we didn't really want to be like
You're just nice Canadians.
yeah, nice Canadians. Yeah, exactly. And Rick was really nice to us, and he started talking with us, and he was like, "Oh, I hope you guys have a great set." And I said to him, I was like, I'm like, I was checking out your guitars there. You've got so many beautiful guitars, and he looks at me and he's like, "You're the guitar player? You want to use one of my guitars during your set?" And I was like, "Holy fuck!" Like
Yeah,
I can
no
swear
doubt.
here, right?
Wow.
Like holy fuck. So we go and he picks a guitar out for me, and it's this gorgeous Les Paul, like just unbelievable. And he's like, "Use that one." So we go back out into the hallway, and I'm warming up there, and I'm just running some scales, and he was like, he cracked a joke. He's like, "You played more notes just then than I've played in my whole life." And so it's time to go out there, and the lights are dim, and we go out there, and lights come on. We do our whole thing. We do our set, and the whole time Rick Nielsen's watching us side stage.
Yeah, that's fucking wild, man. How long was your set? Like half an hour? Did they give you like 45 or?
Yeah, I think if I remember, we got 45 minutes, and I remember at one point before we went on, I said to Rick, I'm like, I do a guitar solo behind my head. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that tonight with your guitar because, like, just out of respect, what if I dropped it or something? And he's like, oh, it's just a guitar. He's like, just do it.
Yeah.
So that while I'm doing the solo behind my head, I'm turning and I'm looking at Rick Nielsen, and he's giving me a big smile, big thumbs up. So we do our set, and we go out into the lobby, and we're meeting with people who have never heard us before, and like doing the whole thing. And then the promoter comes up to us and he says, Rick Nielsen, he comes up to me and Brent, and he says, Rick Nielsen wants you guys to watch their set side stage. So we're like, holy shit, like that's a huge honor to be asked by Rick Nielsen to watch the show side stage. So we go and we're watching the show side stage, and it was I have goosebumps right now talking about it. The whole set, like every guitar change, like he'll come over and be like, I got this in Chicago in 1970, and he's like, and he's playing, not even missing a note, like not even like just.
Was he saying that to you, or was he saying that to the crowd?
Saying that to us. Like,
yeah, he would come up, change his guitar, and be like, I got this in Chicago. That's fucking rad, man.
Oh, it's so crazy. And then, so they're doing their whole set, and me and Brent the whole time are just like, this is a dream. Like, it's not, like, if we got hit by a car tomorrow, this is, like, it was a good life. Like,
yeah, totally, man.
And Rick, the guitar tech comes over and says to us, Rick wants you to play Surrender with them at the end of the show. You've got 4 songs. Here's a guitar. Get ready. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, I taught guitar before this, and I would teach the kids how to play Surrender. And I'm like, okay, I kind of know it. So I went out into the hallway, had a phone to my ear, like listening to it, trying to go over the parts. And then it's time to go on there. And I plug into an amp and I walk out, and everybody's like, ah! It's like a sold-out crowd theater.
Fuck, unreal,
and
man.
Rick Nielsen gives me like a fist bump, and we go into it. And I'm not gonna lie, it was amazing, but I fucked up the first chord. It's like a B sharp something.
I was gonna say, I'm sure there's something he snuck in there that you didn't realize. You know, it's like some B minor diminished fucking whatever.
Oh yeah, it was. I messed up that first chord, but then I kind of regained it, and we went through the whole thing, and like it was just surreal. And I got to do the final bow of the night with them. Like I'm hugging like Robin, and like everybody comes out, and we do the final bow, and then I look up, and I look beside me, and I'm like, holy fuck! I'm holding like Hands with Cheap Trick here, doing the final bow of the night.
Wow.
Just surreal. And after the show, like we're loading out, and we just said thank you to them for being so cool to us. And Rick Nielsen called me out. He's like, you messed up that first chord there. And I'm I was like,
You're
oh, I know.
fired.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was like, oh, I know. I'm like, it was just so surreal. And you laughed. And yeah, just amazing. And the Rick Nielsen stuff was cool, but the best part of the night for me, not to get all like, what's the word? Not to get all like soft and mushy, but I texted my mom before I went out there to play Surrender, and I said, I'm using Rick Nielsen's guitar. I'm going to play Surrender with them. And she didn't see it. She didn't see the text. And like,
Classic mom.
Exactly. Yeah. Classic mom doesn't check her phone. And, you know, like, it's the age old story of like, your parents watch you as a musician and they watch you go through all these struggles and try to find your way and make this, like, everybody calls it a dream, try to make the dream a reality. When I walked out to play with Cheap Trick and we got into the first note, I saw my mom in the crowd and she was crying. She's bawling her eyes out.
Holy shit.
And after the show, I got to give her a big hug and she was like, I'm so proud of you. She's still crying and she's like, oh my God, that was the best part of the night for me.
Yeah, totally. Well, and you know, Rick Nielsen, that those tunes are multi-generational, right? So that makes a lot of sense.
You watch them play and you realize that there's levels to this. Like, those guys are unbelievable. Like, not playing them up, like, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. Like, that's, you know, there's like ZZ Top too. They're like that, right? They're just over the top. Holy shit. If you saw their rigs and all this, you'd be like, what the fuck? Like, just be so cool.
So crazy. They were supposed to come to Brandon, and I know we were doing our best to get on that show because I feel like for that show we would be a perfect fit for them, and that would be surreal. Like Billy fucking Gibbons, like Rick Nielsen, like holy shit. These are the guys you grow up with, like posters on your wall of, like.
Yeah, totally. Fucking A. Right on. Well, so any other epic? There's probably no topping that, right? I mean,
one other cool story I wanted to share was I don't know how we did it, but Nazareth was coming through Manitoba and they were playing Brandon, Manitoba, and then the next night they were playing Winnipeg, and it was so wicked. I got the show in Brandon. I got the opening slot in Brandon with my own band, Ronnie, Ladobruk, and the Electric, and then the next night in Winnipeg, Wreck and So was opening for them. So
wow.
2 nights in a row playing with Nazareth. So the Brandon show was special because, for me, it was special because with that band, like being able to get everybody hotel rooms and like kind of like doing the whole like opening band thing where like you get treated so well, it meant a lot to see my guys be able to experience that. And then just the whole show, like people loved us. We were responded to very well. Nazareth killed it. I remember just freaking out when they played Razum and Naz, just because it was so vicious, like just like fucking burn, and the double kicks going and stuff. Like it was just surreal. And we made friends with the guitar tech and everybody, and their crew was so nice. But at the end of the show, everybody's clearing out. I'm selling merch, and I pack everything up, and I'm like, you know what? It's late. It's like 2 a.m. I'm gonna go to bed. So I go through this like back way, and to the hotel room. There's like this back door. So I open it, and there's this door open to the left of me, and I hear Ronnie, and I look, and it's Nazareth's crew, and they're like, "Come in here." So I come in there, and it's all of Nazareth sitting in the green room. I guess it was the green room, and they're drinking beers and just shooting the shit, and they're like, come have a beer with us. So I'm sitting there having a beer with Nazareth, and they're talking about stories on the road and stuff like that, and it's just like surreal, like these legendary bands, like, and they're so nice and welcoming. Like the biggest thing I've noticed with every band that we've opened for that's been big is they're so warm and welcoming to newer bands and championing newer bands. Like they were telling me they're like, you just got to really work hard and keep at it, and there's going to be good times and bad times. And just sitting there having a beer with Nazareth, it's like, fuck, like,
Wacky, man. Wacky.
yeah. And the next night opening for them in Winnipeg, the Winnipeg show was a massive theater where I saw my first show ever at. It was actually Killswitch Engage when I was like 13 or 14. And just being able to play that theater, and like I walk in and like Jimmy's guitar tech is like wearing my shirt, like Ronnie Ladobruk in the Electric shirt, and it was just pretty surreal. And that night I felt bad because I had a show booked already with Ronnie Ladobruk in the Electric. We were going to do Nazareth and Brandon, and then we were playing our hometown of Selkirk. But then we got this Wreckin' So opening gig with Nazareth, and I didn't want to cancel the Selkirk gig because I knew people were coming out to that one. So we opened for Nazareth, like, last note with Wreckin' So. Like, I hit it. We're tearing down our stuff. I go shake hands with all the crew. I'm like, so nice to meet you. I'm like, I wish I could see your show tonight, too, but I got to go play another show. And then I drove to Selkirk and played. It was funny. We played to, like, a sold-out theater, like massive, like 3-story balcony theater, and then I went and played for like 20 people in my hometown in the same night, like within an hour time. So it was pretty
very cool.
Pretty cool. Very, very humbling.
Nice. That's really good to hear that all the people you've ran into are cool. You know what I mean? Like, to be that big and to be cool. There must be a reason for that. They must have gotten checked at some point. But that's nice to hear that they're ushering in the new era.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, it's very inspiring too, like on our end of things, because like as we kind of build our name up and stuff like that, like I used to run an open mic in my hometown. Like, I love helping new artists, and I love like the kindness that they give us. I like passing that off too. So
yeah, no, hey, right on, man. Cool. Yeah, you're gonna be old soon.
Yeah, that's very true.
I am. I'm already old, so
Oh,
I'm so old. I made my own late night show, like I'm Dick Cavett or something.
Well, this is awesome. This is great. I love these shows, and I've been having a blast. So
cool. Yeah. So now, like, just like really recently, like, tell people about the cover you did there.
yeah, so it was really, really weird. Like, last year, I kind of didn't really do much in the music side of things, but this year I made a resolution. I'm like, I'm gonna build my social media brand, because I feel like that's so important these days. And I'm like a crabby old man. Like, I'm like, these people on YouTube, like, but I'm like, let's try YouTube and see how it goes. And the video that I put out 3 days ago, I did a cover of I Don't Know, the guitar solo of Ozzy Osbourne. It was Randy Rhoads' guitar solo, and for some reason it just clicked. And I've got like 56,000 views on it in 3 days. In 2 days, okay. I have like 100 and something subscribers, like 100 plus more. Like, and it's still blowing up. Like, right now, my phone's blowing up, like, with just comments and stuff like that. So
that's amazing. Yeah, we'll link your YouTube page in the comments there. Go give it a hit. It's crazy. It's awesome, man. Really nice work.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's cool for me. Not so much like, I appreciate getting the recognition, and I hope that it definitely leads somewhere to help me possibly do music full time, or leads me to like a really cool gig. Like, could you imagine playing for like Ozzy Osbourne? Like, holy fuck. Like, just something like that.
When
like,
he has his head in a tank like Futurama with the robot body. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
It was just experiences like that. Like, I've realized in the past 3 years that as cliche as it sounds, dreams come true and anything can happen. So I've just been putting my name out there. But going back to the point, the coolest thing for me is to see people recognize that the respect I show to my heroes. Like, the coolest comments on there are like, I think Randy Rhoads would have been proud of your playing, or I really think, like, I did a cover of Zach Wild. Zach's my hero. Like, my whole style is Zach, Jimmy, Diamond, Randy. That's my whole
Sure.
style. And those guys, like, just hearing people say, like, those guys would really love what you're doing, that means a lot to me, because my whole thing is, like, showing respect to the people who made me want to do this. So
Yeah, for sure. And you got to do, like, we were talking about this a bit in the pre-interview, but you have a whole, like, Jimi Hendrix style Canadian anthem.
yeah.
And you've got, like, did you do it at a Jets game?
Not at a Jets game. I actually did it at this event called Rockin' for Choices. It was essentially just like an event to kind of push the message to keep young kids off like hard drugs and stuff like that. They asked me to come do the national anthem at the MTS Center, which is like the big arena where, like, all the headlining, like,
Right.
stuff.
It's the hockey arena. It's the big, massive Jets arena. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that experience was, I was sound checking, and like, I would play a note and it would just reverberate through the whole arena. And yeah, I think to date that was probably the biggest crowd I played for, and that was by myself, which was kind of terrifying, but
Sure. What how many people you figure estimate?
it was about half capacity. They cut it off
yeah.
at the
Gotcha. So whatever. 10,000 people or something?
yeah, somewhere ballpark around there. Like, I would think around close to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, very good, man. That's awesome. Thanks for coming on the show. I wish you the best of luck in the new year, and keep shredding it, man. And you're fucking killing it, dude. And it's I don't know. That's the point of this show. It's my art gallery, so I like to show people what they might not be seeing. So,
well, I very much appreciate you having me on. I'm a huge fan of the show, huge fan of yours, and your band. Like, I can't wait until shows open up again, and, like, we can tour. And I would love to do a show with your band in the future. And like, just it's so cool to see, like even through these lockdowns and this pandemic and stuff like that, like, everybody's still finding ways to be artistic and creative. Like, this show, like, I think you're killing it with it. Like, just showcasing musicians and stuff. Like, I think that's super cool.
oh, thanks, man.
And I really appreciate what you're doing. And
Thanks. And yeah, I mean, we'll open for you guys in any 10,000 person venue at any time. We'll do a quick 20, quick 25, whatever you want, and we'll get in and out. Could you imagine Kayoctus opens up for Ronnie, Ladobruk, and the Electric?
that'd be it's super funny. Just going to one last story here. We played this festival, and it was all, like, super heavy bands, and, like, I come from that world, right? So, like,
Sure.
For me, it was so weird. I was so self-conscious because, like, every band's, like, just, like, so vicious and ferocious, and then I go up there and I'm, like, playing, like, classic rock. Like, I'm like, do you want to, like, doing the whole thing and, like, doing my, like, 80s guitar solos.
Sure.
But people dug it, and I was, like, super grateful because, like, I didn't think, like, that blending of genres and bands would work, but it works. Like, people love and appreciate everything. So
Yeah, it's funny. Like, it goes back there. Like, Slayer was playing at the same time as, Cheap Trick and ZZ Top. So, not to compare the two, but it comes from somewhere, right? So, and, I noticed in doing Calgary Metal Fest there that it would work when you'd mix it up sometimes if you did it right. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't doing it right, but I did it right a couple times, and it was surprising. It was like, oh, like, it shouldn't have been, but it was neat. Because, I mean, you go to a metal festival, who wants to see absolutely punishing, I mean, the whole time? I mean, I guess if you're like a super death metal diehard fan, but, you know, most people, like, if you mix it up with some Thin Lizzy, it's like, oh, this band sounds like Thin Lizzy. Oh, right on, party.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's great to hear that that variety. Variety is the spice of life for sure.
Well, is there anything you want to promote? Like, besides, like, did we nail it? YouTube, promote, plug.
For sure. Yeah, no, 100%. YouTube, check out my YouTube channel. My goal is to create content. Not realistic to say every day, but every couple days, every week, there's going to be more videos, more covers. Eventually, when things open up again, we're going to be doing new music. Check out my bands, Reckon So and Ronnie, Ladobruk and the Electric. We've got albums on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, that whole thing. Other than that, just check out my socials, and the most important thing, kind of cliche, but I love to say it at the end of every interview, be yourself. Don't care what people say. Being yourself is the way to success.
Fucking A, man. I love it. Thanks for your time. Peace.
Thank you so much, Nate. Peace.
Yeah. Ronnie's the best, ain't he? What a nice guy. Holy shit. Lots of good. Awesome. I'm happy for him. I wish him the best. I realized I really fucked up and I didn't do credits tonight. Usually I'd say, now I rolled a credits. And you would get the name of every person that's helped. And, I mean, all I can really say is, you know who you are. And thank you, Ronnie, for coming on the show. And thank all of you for watching. And it's a real pleasure to do this. And we'll see you soon.